So I want to dig deeper into the customer discovery conversation. So we've talked about customer discovery on other episodes, but one of the things that I think that you bring that's so unique is, you know, I wasn't leading you to this part of the conversation. You said this on your own. We started with research. So obviously, coming from a background as a researcher, you know, you're defaulting to what you know, but it's just absolutely brilliant. And I just don't see a whole lot of innovators start. I mean, honestly, a lot of the innovators that I talk to, they start with a logo. They start with a website. Like, let me come up with this cool brand name for the company, or maybe some cool tech. Let me start with the product, and really you're not starting with the customer. So let's just talk about that a little bit more, and what that experience was like for you. And then I also think, kind of dovetailing into some of those things like you just said, where you had this assumption or maybe a set of assumptions, and that real research debunked that, and what that felt like inside. And how that, and you know, that wrestling that may or may not have been happened as you made the business decisions for yourself and the company.
Oh no, the wrestling happened. Like, I won't deny, the wrestling happened. Okay, so our research process started this way. There is research that's done in academic institutions that is considered health longitudinal research, that is participatory, that usually has a control as well as a control trial component to it. Mm-hmm. And so our first stab was, let's pull all the different research studies that talk about the need for health to be integrated and not be something that you do when you're unwell. Mm-hmm. So how do we get to the, I am well, how do I know what I'm doing? What is my recipe so that I can continue being well? And if, for instance, I become unwell, what do I do? So that was our first step. The second step was, who are the least likely individuals to want to do anything now about their health? And
the path of most resistance.
The path of most resistant. Because if the most resistant person can understand our value proposition, we know that there's a there.
Yep.
And we're not doing it off of one most resistant person. We're doing it after multiple. So we had a net goal of having a min of 13 people in the first cycle of testing this. Mm-hmm. And so we thought about, what is the characteristic of someone that's going to be resistant, right? It's going to be someone that they're the leader. So I can't show that I need this support because everyone is looking at me to support them, because leaders eat last. Mm-hmm. And we are taught to be servant leaders. So we got our person, a leader. Mm-hmm. All right. What do we already know? We know that entrepreneurs are more prone to have mental health issues and physical health issues than any other sector. Mm-hmm. So 2, we're going after entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. And so we had our 2, and we started scheduling conversations. And this is cold LinkedIn reach outs, guys. This is not tapping our personal network to people that are going to tell us, yes, it's amazing because they love and care about us. This is stranger conversations. And so that's how we started those conversations and started looking for patterns. As a researcher, my role was sense making. So making sense of the patterns. So my default is to look for, what are the patterns here that are unspoken, not the things that we can readily see. Oh, healthcare is broken. Yes, but how? Like, what part is broken? in that navigation. And so that's where we started with our research. And then we grew from insights from there. We did a lot of conversations and focus groups with individuals as well as a secondary level, understanding what it meant as a business leader to feel well and unwell. Mm-hmm. And the salient team question and conversation that it came back to was, when I'm well, everything flows and everything is integrated in my life. It doesn't feel like another thing. It just goes. Mm-hmm. And presently, our system doesn't go.
Right.